All right, you ready?
I'm ready. We're just kind of hanging around now. Let's do something. Come on. Tired of waiting to get going. Okay, there you go. Okay. Finally. God.
Oh, it's like a hurry up and wait.
I'm never bringing the food out into the studio again.
No.
All they do is talk, and we can't get this damn show started.
I know. We should have our own show.
Yeah.
We should. Me and
just
the phone
talk about
guy-
anything. Yeah,
just
just-
yap.
Yeah.
Well, no. Okay. Well, first, let's get into it. We're Eat Talk Repeat. Welcome back. It is the end of July, and we're still here. We haven't melted, and I'm Ash Watkins, the Hamburguesa Principesa of Las Vegas. And if you want to know why, check out last week's episode because I did a double header of burgers.
You did the Lord's work last week.
And you can find me at Ash the Attorney on all platforms because I'm a personal injury lawyer by day.
At Sam and Ash, personal injury lawyers
Yep.
in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Newport Beach, California.
Yeah. I got to put both of those law licenses to work. Since you're retired,
Yeah.
who are you?
I'm this guy. This should be our merch, too.
We'll sell them.
We should sell these. I mean, I think $100 a piece is probably what they would fetch.
We'll let
on
people
eBay.
name their own price.
Yeah. John Curtis, the contumacious Canadian carnivore today.
Okay. I like it. Where can people find you?
At Eating Las Vegas on X and at John Curtis on Instagram. Let's leave it at that right now.
Okay.
And I'm also on Facebook, where I'm back to feuding with old boomers about COVID.
Like
6 years later.
Let me finish this intro, and then we're going to get into your Facebook antics because it's wild. So go to eattalkrepeat.com, subscribe to the newsletter, the Amuse-Bouche. It's great. It drops weekly, Wednesdays at 5 a.m. It comes to your inbox. Occasionally, we will start releasing exclusive news as we find out, as people experienced this past week. Email us, cheers@eattalkrepeat.com, hate mail, questions, fan mail, etc. A lot of people coming to town want actual recommendations, which you will not find on Facebook.
Yeah. Do not, under any circumstances, go to the Las Vegas Foodies Facebook page unless you enjoy being tortured by stupidity.
Oh my gosh. And the last thing, we've updated this, John. eattalkrepeat.com has a page that is keeping track of only your tweets for your restaurants of 2026.
Okay.
So we're caught up to the halfway point.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to know and see just John's tweets or X posts, there's a page called John's Restaurants of 2026, and it goes in order.
In order, and I think we're up to, let me see right now. I think, with the conclusion of my Canadian trip, I think I'm up to 203 right now.
Shit, I still got work to do, but we on the website we've got you halfway through.
Okay.
And let's get back to Facebook, John. I log on to Facebook for one purpose, actually two purposes. One, to go to my law school's alumni page to see if anyone needs anything, I can answer any questions, et cetera, et cetera. And two, to see what dumbass questions are being asked in the Las Vegas Foodies group.
Yeah.
You are an epic troll in that group, and I appreciate it.
Did you see the one about was it focaccia or flatbread or something?
It was something stupid.
It's like, I'm looking for a focaccia.
Oh, no.
What was it?
It was something so narrow. They were like...
Bruschetta?
Yes.
It was bruschetta. I'm looking for bruschetta for a party of 10 somewhere on the strip, preferably around
Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood. What can you recommend?
John,
This is the level of discourse on the Las Vegas Foodie Facebook page.
and your comment was, yes, when I am looking for a very specific niche item, I try to make the geographical boundaries as limited.
As narrow as possible, yes. What can I...
But so I go on there just to,
Where can I find a vegan cheeseburger
Yeah.
on the 800 block of East Fremont?
Absolutely. But this time, earlier this week, I logged in and John is going viral again amongst the boomer crowd for
God,
just
they're so
poking
pathetic.
the little Fauci bear.
Oh,
and
God, yeah.
it was
It was one of my best work, actually.
the Branch Covidians came out.
They all came. What I say, trust the science, taking the fifth about the science it trusted.
Oh, yeah. So if you ever just want some innocent laughs, you've got to be able to just laugh at both sides.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just sport. It's political theater, political
Yeah.
sport at that point. But you made some great points, John. You haven't lost your...
Yeah. Well, what was
your
he supposed to do? We were trying to save lives. Yeah. And you know what I said to somebody yesterday? I said, that's the Alamo of the COVID apologists now. Their last ditch argument is, we were trying to save lives, which was, again, none of the science worked. You know what I mean? But we can now say everything we did wrongly was in the service of saving lives. And I shot back to somebody, well, if saving lives is the litmus test, then we need to do away with cars, guns,
a lot of things,
drugs, alcohol.
Yeah, all the fatties.
Yeah.
I think heart disease is the number one killer.
Let's start with all fast food and make it illegal, because you know what? I'm trying to save lives. That makes me a better person than you.
Yeah, McDonald's is a comorbidity.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to belabor that, but it is funny. It is funny, and I weighed in, and then finally I just washed my hands of it. So. People are not here about that, though.
I know. And that was just fun. And I haven't seen you in a while, so I wanted to kind of let you know how ridiculous that was. But restaurants, I've been local. You have not. So in and around town, I've kind of stayed close to home base here at the office. CraftHaus, which is a fun story, made the trek to Ole Manny's, 1228 Main. And then the real trek took place. I went up to Henderson. Up, down, technically down, but it feels like up because it's Anthem.
Okay, because you go out, down, up and then upper.
Yeah. So went out to Anthem to Golden Boy Market and Deli.
You made it there.
It only took me a year. I apologize to you, gentlemen.
You're a better man than I, Gunga Din.
And then also, while I was out there, checked out Rebellion Market and Deli.
Oh, they're a new thing. They're new.
Yeah.
They kind of expanded where they already were.
Yes. So we'll get into that more. Food, where have you been that you want to talk about? I want to hear about this bagel place. Can we talk about the bagels?
Lester's Bagels?
No, the Viator.
St. Viator Bagels. Yeah. Well, they're not coming to.
No, I want to know. I'm doing your restaurant rundown for you.
Okay. Well, I mean, I went to, things that nobody will go to. I went to like a tiny little. I basically went to Quebec City and Montreal. So 5 days in Montreal, 2 days in Quebec City, and just to hit the high points. Of course, everybody said I had been to go to Joe Beef. People have been telling me I have to go to Joe Beef.
Save your review for later.
I know. Okay. Joe Beef, St. Viator Bagel, Schwartz's Deli.
Okay.
The famous smoked meat deli. A place called Chez Boulet and Saint Amour, two bangers in Quebec City. And those are the biggies.
Okay.
And I'll tell you how much I liked and things I didn't like about Canada.
Have you eaten here anywhere since you went back?
Yeah. First meal back, we came in late.
La Thai.
Too. Exactly. You guessed it. Good for you. Yes.
I got the same cravings.
I love French food. I love Canadian food. But sometimes your palate's dull and tired, and boy, I think we got some vegetables. La Thai too just hits. It does.
It slaps.
And no cap. and it's literally 1 minute from my house. So I love that.
All right, now we will get into the meat of the episode, the food news you can use.
Okay.
Valencian Gold has announced a return to the world,
but has it?
Good question.
Contrarian John is weighing in.
Okay. Well, Chef Jeff Wise gave Eat Talk Repeat the exclusive on Tuesday, and so we sent out the alert to all of our subscribers.
But I want more.
I know, your insatiable palate.
I know. Well, yeah, but I want more info.
You can maybe squeeze the info out of him. I just keep peppering him with locations. I'm like, are you going here? Are you going here? Are you getting here?
The Food Gal was guessing the new Midtown, but that's 2 years out, and I don't think he's talking
He's not
about 2 years out. Yeah,
No.
yeah. So it's got to be something closer. Well, what's available? He'd be if he's going to open quickly, relatively quickly, he'd be sliding into an existing commercial space, not a brand new build.
Okay, so Valencian Gold, you went before
when it was way out in the Southwest.
Yeah,
off of South Rainbow. Yeah, see, I was good.
And Warm Springs, we're getting.
That's what Warm. Yes. We're right in the same shopping center where Win Key Hong Kong Deli is.
Yes.
Just a few doors down from it. And Win Key remains there, and Win Key Hong Kong Deli is about to open in its Chinatown digs on Shanghai Plaza. Yeah, I loved it. I said it was a great concept. It was build your own paella, fire made paellas, beautiful Spanish food, kind of fast serve Spanish, but really tasty at a good price. But it was too hip for that area, I think. But downtown, it might work.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of excited to see about it.
And it's something different. That's what I love about the idea. I mean, it's a different flavor profile, a different nation's cuisine, just a different feel to this kind of food than, burgers and pizza and pasta and steaks and whatever. So it would be a great addition to the downtown dining scene.
Yeah, so the press release, expect wood-fired paellas, tapas bar, vermouth.
Vermouth.
I got it.
She said it right. All grown up she is.
Yes. Classic Spanish cocktails, charcoal grilled seafood, meats, veggies.
This sounds pretty ambitious.
I know.
I mean, the place he had out there was kind of a fast, casual place with, I'm guessing, 6 tables maybe?
Yeah, I think he mentioned it pre-COVID, it was kind of a grab and go spot. And then post-COVID, they went full Moxie and went sit down, full service. But I don't think you went.
And they folded really fast. I mean, COVID kind of just killed it out there.
So Valencian Gold is back.
But we're still waiting.
John wants more.
I want more.
John wants more. He wants to know deets.
Yeah, I mean, I know I want to be 4 square behind this place, but I need more info.
Well, I'm very excited about it. I love this little neighborhood we've got. It's really fun, and I think more restaurants are needed to keep it kind of going.
It's Commerce, South Commerce has to be. Did you guess that?
No. I'll get there. So, skipping ahead, Bad Beat Brewing is closing its doors here in the Arts District.
Another one bites the brew pub dust.
So they're kind of on Main Street, closer to, what is that? It's after Colorado.
Isn't it right across from Silver Stamp?
No. It's on Main Street. Silver Stamp is off Imperial. But Bad Beat Brewing is right there on Main Street, and I think it's after Colorado, and it's a brewery. They were opened in Henderson, I think, in 2014. Came down here fall of 2025.
Right.
But they've announced that they're closing their doors for good after service on, I think, August 2nd.
It's on Main Street?
Yeah, I know. This is how little John pays attention.
Well, I mean, come on. At one point, we had like 11 brew pubs down here, and there was bound to be a culling of the herd.
Yeah, so we talked about it if we had reached peak bar, and I think this is where I'm throwing it to. It's between Utah and Imperial.
Utah Imperial. It's wedged down there, but yeah, I mean.
So it's one of those things. I went in there recently, actually. Really cool build, except they do have the giant steel tanks of a brewery because they're making their own beers. They've got a nice U-shaped bar right in the middle, but they've got kind of artificial trees and couches and full tables. So when I first walked in, I think they even have a pool table or a billiard table off to one side. I go, wow. This is really like a nice vibe, as the kids would say, a cool scene. I could see myself sitting here and enjoying a drink or two, but they had no food. And I go, why do you have all these like comfy tables and not a single nibbleable.
Not even chips
No.
from a bag?
I didn't even see peanuts. Nothing.
Oh, jeez.
And so
how tough is it to stock a bunch of peanuts?
bar nuts are a thing for a reason.
You
Pretzels.
can buy them by the tub.
Yeah. So that's a question I want to ask. Do you think bars, whether they're brew pubs, breweries, or even cocktail bars, need food?
Yeah, you need something. You don't need a grease trap. You don't need to be, deep frying anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you have to have, people need to eat with their, I mean, in Spain, it's a sin to they will not serve you a cocktail or a gin and tonic. There will always be, that's how tapas begin. I mean,
olives and Marcona almonds.
Exactly. One is just with the other. I mean, you are supposed to sip and eat and sip and nibble. That's what you do.
Yeah.
The idea of just drinking. I mean, that's probably an Irish thing.
Well, I also think it makes it clear that you're a stop. You're not a destination. You're just kind of either the beginning or the end of a night. You're not really, you can't be the entire night. So I think we're going to see some of these places that are just breweries or just cocktail bars might have to
let me give some historical perspective.
Emphasis on the oracle. Yeah, okay.
Historical. Just because, and I'll try to make this brief, not my brand, by the way. But I'm old enough to have watched the beer pendulum swing from a teenager and young adult when in my early drinking years, when Big Brewery just obliterated, bought out or steamrolled all the small breweries in America, and literally bought them out or drove them out of business. Places, in Wisconsin and Illinois and Kentucky, and back in the day, in the 30s, the 20s, post-prohibition, small local breweries sprang up all over the place, and there was always Budweiser and Miller High Life and all that. But you had small local breweries. Over the course of the 50s and the 60s and 70s, this consolidation occurred, and local breweries went kaput. Starting in the late 70s and the early 80s, the brew pub revolution, the local brewery thing, people, smart businessmen, people like Dogfish Brewery, Sierra Nevada, Anchor Steam, Samuel Adams in Boston, they looked at the world and said, there's a lot of beer drinkers in this country who don't just want Coors, Miller, Miller Lite, and Budweiser. So they filled that niche, and it became, again, niche or niche?
I think it's niche.
Okay, they filled that niche, and I watched that rise throughout the 80s and 90s, and locally brewed beer became very cool again. So the pendulum went from small breweries to huge megalith breweries to then the local breweries came back strong, and that scene, micro brews became a big thing again, and then the pendulum swung straight into ridiculous territory.
Yeah.
With in the 2000s with hundreds or thousands of brew pubs opening with their pancake blueberry oatmeal, honey-fied malt syrup, stouts, and we have Fruit Loop stout, and we have this, and we have this, and we have 19 IPAs, and it just became so absurd. And I've seen that over like the last 20 years, and now there's a correction happening again because a lot of them just overplayed their hand. There wasn't that big a market for that many unique, absurd, types of beer, and corrections occurring again. But I think there is serious competition. You don't have to just drink Coors or Budweiser, but I'd like to see some kind of maturity come into the brewing, the beer world. So you have just good, solid beers at all price points with different tastes for different people, and you didn't have like breakfast cereal type of brews, populating every little hipster enclave in America.
Yeah, I think you covered it.
Yeah.
I think you got it.
That was kind of long, but not as long as I could have gone.
You could have gone longer, I bet.
Okay.
Bad Beat Brewing, I was actually strictly there because there's a martini passport. And have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh, I don't have it with me. It's a passport. There's a Martini Club of Las Vegas. Don't ask me how I get roped into these things, but I'm not complaining.
You're roped into these things.
Someone twisted my arm.
Please send me your passport so I can get 2-for-1 martinis. That's how she gets roped in.
A bunch of local spots here in the Arts District have joined in this Martini Club of Las Vegas, or I think that's what it's called. And they have an Instagram page, and you can go to one of them, ask for the passport. They'll give it to you, and they put a sticker on it. If you get so many stamps on your passport between a certain window, you get prizes.
Yeah, no, you get.
And so I just want an excuse to go get martinis,
Yeah.
and that's how I ended up at Bad Beat Brewing, was for a martini.
But they're going out of business.
But they're going out of business. So,
well, I'm sorry for that, but it was somebody was bound to get taken out by who are the predators, who take out the weak, who follow the zebras around and attack the slow ones and the ones
the wildebeest,
to attack the wildebeest. Yeah,
something.
They were about to. They're basically a wounded
deer right now.
Brutebeest.
It's a stretch, but we'll take
it. Okay.
So when I saw this news, I went to Chef Wise of Valencian Gold, and I said, "Are you going into the Bad Beat Brewing space?" There we go. Yeah. And he's like, "I can't tell you, but no." So it's not there. So I think I'm just going to slowly keep peppering him with all the locations that I think it could be.
We're going to hound you to the ends of the earth.
I know. He's going to block us.
Weiss.
Next on the list of news, Bar Bohème is going on a summer holiday. Must be nice, guys.
Sounds like the French.
They're pausing service for a brief summer holiday from Monday, August 10th through Sunday, August 16th. So mark your calendars, people. They will not be available for happy hour, dinners.
What is it, 8 days a week?
That's 6 days.
6 days.
That's August 10th through August 6th.
That's not very French. Come on, very French. You take the whole month off.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
What else? Nataya's Secret Kitchen. I saw that they're opening a second location on 3900 Paradise, which I believe is the Middle Child location under Brasseria by EDO.
That sounds right, doesn't it?
It really does. And the mock-up photo that they posted matches the storefront. So
interesting move. I'm, let's say, cautiously pessimistic because I think that they're
hiding behind Lotus of Siam.
Well, not only that, but I mean that's an overbuilt little shopping center. Always has been. There's always been about like 9 restaurants crammed into this little right across from the Double Eagle Steakhouse and
Del Frisco's.
Sorry, and. It's overbuilt for restaurants, and I don't know where they chip off their customers from. I mean, the Hughes Center is not the economic engine that it was 20 years ago. Tourists, I don't think, flock to Paradise Road. Lotus of Siam is just down the street, so we shall see.
I think that area, from what I've heard, gets a lot of traffic for restaurants because there's no gaming on it, and so conventions. There are certain industries that are not able to do functions in and around gaming.
Right.
So
and it is just like 1 mile down from the convention center.
In the Sphere. And I've heard a lot of people see people walking from the Sphere to that little shopping center.
I never thought of that.
I never thought it could also be going in the Bramare spot.
Well, like I say, there's
locations.
a lot of
there's real estate to be had.
Maybe that's where Jeff Weiss is going.
That's not the Arts District.
I know, but he could be. It could have been a deception. He could have just thrown
fake him out.
Yeah, fake us out, and
Okay, last on my list is, and I'm going to butcher the way this is pronounced. Lester's Deli. Is coming to Henderson.
How tough is Lester's Deli to say?
It feels like it could be like Leicester's or
no, it's Lester's.
Okay,
yeah. It's from Montreal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's it's considered the second most famous deli behind Schwartz's Deli.
Oh, did you eat at
Schwartz's? No, I didn't eat. I went to Schwartz's. Did not go. Which is a deli, But the Jewish delis in Montreal are not New York delis, with 19-page menus and 300 things to choose from. They tend to be meat, smoked meat, 14 kinds of steak, 2 foie gras, done. That's it, 3 sandwiches.
Which do you like better?
Well, it depends on what you're in the mood for. You want foie gras? Go to a Jewish deli in Montreal. If you want your classic deli sandwiches and the chicken soups and the crepe and all that sort of thing, New York. Yeah. Although,
what was that word?
Crepe.
What is that?
Crepe. Here, I'll show you a picture. A picture of crepe.
I don't know what it is. I was like,
you're such
choke
a white,
on a wishbone over there?
You were such a white girl. I mean, it's really something like. It's
I might be.
It's basically.
I admit it. I love talking about food. I like the people behind all these restaurants. I'm not proclaiming to know everything.
And you're can't say
crepe. I think that's how Rocky sounds like.
You want to see a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
what is it?
It's a chicken soup, basically.
Oh.
It's Jewish penicillin.
I thought that was matzo ball.
Well, it's a different kind. Okay, this is an Ashkenazi Jewish soup. See, with those kind of
okay, it's like a dumpling.
Dumplings, yeah, different kind of dumplings, chicken dumplings in a soup. Yeah, and it's
okay.
Again, it's good for you, good, and I didn't see any of that, in Montreal, but I used to see it in New York everywhere.
Okay, so I've got a question from you. It's a 75-year-old Montreal deli. It's opening in Henderson on Horizon Ridge. Smoked beef, like you said, stuffed chicken, roast turkey, chopped liver, all the things. Henderson?
Again, they're delusional. I mean, I think they're delusional. I think Natalia's delusional. I mean, I think the people that opened that brew pub were delusional. I mean, the amount of delusional people.
It takes a little bit of delusion to open a business in 2026, John.
Well, to be in the restaurant business, it does. I mean, mad respect, but I'm also a realist. That these people are just born optimists. In the face of all object facts, they will just go, I think my restaurant will work right here. Oh, you mean where 14 other restaurants have failed, just the same type? No, but wait till they taste my crepe.
Crepe lock.
Yeah. I'm not even Jewish.
I don't think it's open yet, but I think it might be open. I don't know.
So I don't know. Henderson, who knows what the financial deal is? No, Henderson is where good food goes to die. So we'll see.
Okay. Do you have any news? Any updates? Anything you want to chit chat about before we take a break?
No. Just the usual grumpiness.
Standard.
Okay. Standard grumpiness coming up about Canada.
Okay. Buckle up.
Buckle up, Canadians. You're about to get it with both barrels. All right. People always ask us how this podcast keeps going.
Well, the answer is actually pretty simple.
Ash is a real job.
I do, and thankfully the real job helps pay for all of this.
So a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to our sponsor, Sam and Ash Injury Law.
Every day, our team helps people who've been injured in accidents stand up to the insurance companies and fight for the compensation they deserve. It's serious work, and it's something I'm incredibly proud to be part of.
Which means when Ash isn't reviewing restaurants,
I'm reviewing insurance policies, medical records, and settlement offers.
So if you've been hurt in an accident, let Sam and Ash take it from there.
Yeah, give us a call, 702-820-1234, or visit samandashlaw.com for a free consultation.
You heard her.
You heard her. Now let's get back to the food.
Questo è Vincenzo Sannuto da Cipriani e tu senti Eat, Talk and Repeat.
Oh, bravo! The great Vincenzo.
Yeah.
He's our favorite waiter at Cipriani. Also at Giada. He also works at Giada.
He does work at Giada.
Like a lot of professionals in this town, he has 2 gigs. He toggles between both of them.
I know. I've been promising to go to Giada's and check it out at some point. It's now
Vincenzo.
at the Vanderpump. It used to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I've got to show people the lovely gifts that you and the food gal brought me from your travels. One of them is for the set, and it is absolutely
And it's got to go right next to my grumpy gastronome
absolutely adorable. It's
here.
a
Like a croissant.
and his little legs.
Yeah,
So he's getting placed on the set.
Yeah, he has to go a place of honor on the set here.
Yep.
Okay.
He is going right there.
Right there.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
You know, we should start a little
Collection.
like a little menagerie right here, like this.
Yes.
Okay? You know, and add to it over time.
We'll add. And then the shirt that I received this trip is my squeaky cheese.
With
the
squeaky
poutine.
cheese, yeah, I got that. I'm getting back. Look at this on camera. I'm getting a picture of Ash with her poutine shirt. There you go.
I love it. Thank you.
We ate a lot of poutine.
I can't say that I've had authentic Canadian poutine, but my new favorite thing to do is usually before I record, I like to wear one of these T-shirts under a blazer if I've got one. So thank you. I like that color too.
Let's do a poutine moment.
Okay,
Since you just
let's have a
flashed
moment.
The swear. Poutine in Quebec, Canada, is different than whatever you think poutine is. Okay, the fries are better. The brown gravy is better. Sometimes they make it with beer. Really good. The cheese curds are squeaky, fresher. A lot of times they're just like, they taste like stale cottage cheese when you get them in this part of the world. And they take real pride. And then they garnish it. They call it garnish with smoked meat, pork belly, foie gras, you name it, you know, sliced steak, you know, buffalo chicken wings. Yeah, I mean,
How is your cholesterol right now?
Yeah. It's they really take it to 11 with the poutine to 11 there, and even in its base, the base poutines are just better. I guess we had three or four, I don't know, and we had one in a deli at the I'm glitching on the name of the market. It was the second great market.
Atwater.
The Atwater Market. Sorry, because we went to Jean Talon as well. The Atwater Market. We went to, I think it was called Alwyn Deli there. It was great. We had one in the Hotel Frontenac in Quebec City. We had one, I can't remember. Then we had one garnish with, I can't remember. I have to look. We had three poutines that I can bring to mind, but all of them, each one just was like, well, and of course they bring it to you, and it's enough. We had six people, and six people couldn't finish single poutines. Okay,
It's the Canadian version of chili cheese fries.
Yeah, or Asian hot pot
Or nachos.
or nachos. But yeah, because everybody's picking at it, and you eat.
But it's just like a dish you eat while you're drinking.
While you're drinking,
Yeah.
but it's great there, and they just take better pride in the cheese and the ingredients, and the brown gravies are something. Usually, it's just kind of pasty after that. So, love the poutine in Quebec. Didn't have a bad one.
All right. Where else did you go while you were there?
Real quick, because I don't want, because we're talking about out of state stuff. I went to a bunch of restaurants, but I'll tell you the three highlights were Schwartz's Deli, where I just had a smoked meat sandwich. I've been reading about Schwartz's is like 100 years old.
Oh.
And we took one of the saddest walks in Montreal. It was really, went through the worst part, the old Chinatown part of Montreal, which is like a bombed out dystopian landscape, and it was not a pleasant walk. But we finally got up into the neighborhood where Schwartz's Deli was, and it's an old. I mean, it looks like nothing's changed in it since like 1921. Okay, or
Wow.
what was, I think 1928 is when they started, and it was just counter service and a bunch of tables. A lot of tourists there now, thanks to Instagram. But everybody gets to smoke meat, but none dare call it pastrami. It's, pastrami, like New York pastrami is smoked and peppery. This is really more like super tender steamed corned beef. So it's coated with pepper and spices because you can tell it's spiced.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have that peppery bite that pastrami does.
Yeah.
But it's super. I mean, just spoon tender. I mean, the pieces just fall apart. And some of them were smokier than others, but to me, especially the one at Schwartz's, just tasted like the most mouth meltingly beautiful corned beef I'd ever had.
Did you shed a tear?
No, but I wasn't even feeling well that day. But when it put a little yellow mustard on,
Yellow or not the like?
No, they serve it with just
Yellow?
the table mustard, yellow mustard, and
Okay.
incredibly good.
Rye bread?
Rye bread, and that's it. You don't need cheese. You don't need anything. It's just this, and it's like the sandwich came out, and I'm like, how am I going to finish that?
You did.
I finished it. That's how good it was. So, and the food gal got a. She said she looked around. She goes, I can't eat a giant meat sandwich. She goes, I'll get a turkey sandwich. And so I said, because they only had like 4 sandwiches.
Got
and,
a whole bird with the legs sticking up.
They had, I think it was like smoked meat, pastrami, and turkey. That was it. And they don't give you a lot of, there's no choices. That's just it. So what comes out is rye bread with really thinly sliced turkey, but thick like that on it. She looks at it and goes, I'm not sure I'm going to like this. And I go, well, give it a bite. She bites into it, and she's like, this is the sweetest, best tasting turkey meat I've ever had. And she plows through the whole turkey sandwich. And it will tell you it was the best, just nothing but turkey and bread. And she thought it was the best turkey sandwich she ever had.
She's nodding in agreement.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So
just turkey and bread?
Yeah,
it feels like it would be a challenge to swallow that. Like,
yeah.
No.
It was. She said it like melted in your mouth and had almost like a buttery quality. The turkey meat.
She's trying to use the word that we forbid in this world.
What?
Moist.
Moist. Okay. All right. Anyway, so
okay.
Schwartz's came through. Been reading about it for my whole life. Glad to have gotten there. Wish I felt a little better. I had a touch of something I won't go into that it sort of took me off my feed for a couple days, and so it was just coming back when I had my sandwich there. Had I been a little on my game, I would have. They had steak with foie gras, chicken with foie gras, whole roasted chicken with foie gras. They had all kinds of.
They had it all.
They had poutine with foie gras.
Sheesh.
I mean, you have to understand, Montreal, Quebec, the foie gras capital of the world, next to the Périgord, France, and Alsace, France. I mean, it's like they unapologetically, unabashedly raise it, butcher it, cook it, and put it on everything. So you're not going to find anybody passing no laws that say it's animal cruelty. I scream at you as I'm wearing my leather shoes and eating my chicken nuggets. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so anyway, so that was that. St. Viator's bagels.
I kept seeing those. Were they good?
They were great.
They looked dry and dense,
No, they were lighter. They weren't as dense as a New York bagel.
Food gal's giving 2 thumbs down. This is actually really fun. You need to come to these shows more often.
She doesn't like bread. She eschews bread.
You're about to get a shoe to the side of the head.
Yeah. But they're sweeter.
Okay.
They're fluffier.
Okay.
And they're not as crackly crust. They don't have the stiff crust that a New York bagel. So they're small. This thing is cutting out on me. They're smaller, sweeter, and not as crisp as a New York bagel.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you still put cream cheese?
They dress them in all the same ways, all different kinds of cream cheese and make all kinds of sandwiches out of them. And I think they're great. I mean, I think they're lighter too. They don't have that.
Oh.
They don't have that. This is where I don't know where she's coming from because
didn't look like it.
They don't sit like a lead brick in your stomach like a New York bagel does. So I thought it was lighter, better, and sweeter. And I think that, and they actually cooked the dough with some honey. And at St. Viator's, go to my socials, you'll see I posted a ton of pictures from St. Viator's. And I mean, these kids are rolling out the dough, and there is like 12-foot lengths of dough, of dough, and then making them in these wood-fired ovens right in front of you. And there is a stack of bagels of all like.
They don't boil them?
Well, they boil them. They boil the dough, and then they roll them, and then they roll them out, and then they yeah.
Wait, that's the wrong process. They're supposed to roll them, shape them, then boil, then bake.
Well, all I saw them do was cut it, roll the dough, and bake it.
Huh.
So, I'll ask the food guy to look it up right now. I don't.
Yeah.
They may not boil the dough. I think they do. They steam the dough or something.
Okay. Where else did you go? I'm going to say the photos made me both very jealous because I love a bagel paradise. But then as I was inspecting that photo, I was like, these don't look like the bagels I would like. But okay.
I think they were lighter and better than American bagels.
Where else did you go?
And then Joe Beef.
And
Well, you can read all about it on my Twitter page, my Facebook page, and my Instagram page, because I just posted a 1,000-word review.
Sheesh.
And I did it just before I came here today, and kind of like a little to influencers, kind of saying, hey, guys, this is what a restaurant review is. Quit saying I'm an influencer and I review restaurants when, that Keith Lee, I give this a 4.2. I mean, that nonsense. So, so I did I posted and I went through the whole menu. And I like Joe Beef. It was a groundbreaking restaurant in its day, 2005 when it started. And I think it was the antidote to all the tasting menu, all the tasting menu praise. It was the laudatory comments that were coming out there for Farron Adria and Thomas Keller and Grant Achatz.
This is the anti-tweezer restaurant.
It was the anti-tweezer restaurant, and it got very famous. David Chang and Bourdain gave it a huge amount of publicity in the 2010-2013 time, and then it just exploded. It was already big in Canada, and then it exploded worldwide, and now it's like almost an impossible reservation. Thank you, Greg and Deanna, for scoring the reservation. And I could see why it was so popular, because very simple menu, looking at like 5 apps, 5 seafoods, 6 mains, 2 desserts, very simple. A lot of, again, we're talking about the carnivorous capital of the world almost here. So, but, a rib steak, whole fish, a guinea hen, shrimp cocktail clams, oysters, fried croquettes, a couple of salads, burgundy snails, just classic stuff, not too much of it, but all done, executed very well with not a lot of falderall. Okay, so this was, now it seems a little passé, and I wish I'd have gone there 15 years ago or 20 years ago when it was brand new, because now the template has been copied. I mean, you see this kind of, you see 1,000 of these restaurants all over the world. But Joe Beef was one of the first ones. I wouldn't say it's the first one, but it made a big splash in North America. And, places like what Brian Howard does and places I've been to in Portland, Oregon and Chicago really have to tip their cap to what they started doing in Montreal in 2005.
Okay, well, I'll have to go read your...
So, and it's very
long.
Good stuff.
I saw all the words.
I know, sorry.
I got to keep scrolling.
Like, it's like 4 whole paragraphs. I mean, if it was a book, it would be 2 pages.
Can you do the audible version so I can listen to you?
I would have put some cartoons in there so to keep you interested.
The food gal forwarded us the answer. So they mix the dough, they roll in shape, they boil the bagels while they're shaped like bagels, and then boil them in honey water, and that's where they get the distinct taste and texture. And then they dress them. And then,
I just didn't see them do that, but there was.
I was going to say it's not a bagel if they don't boil.
I know they've done it somewhere because there's a steaming kettle of water right next to the wood-fired oven. Okay.
So any place on that list that you would recommend as a must-go?
Well, I would recommend 2 places in Quebec City if you ever go. The 2 best meals I had, and not to put down Joe Beef, but it was pretty standard stuff.
Okay.
Joe Beef was, but good. Some of the dishes I didn't care for at all. But I went to a place called Saint Amour, which was an old line since 1978 French restaurant, and it's another anti-tweezer food restaurant. But this is because they serve a fillet which is that thick, and I put a picture on Instagram. The fillet is that thick, and the foie gras on top of the fillet is the same thing. This is the fillet, and they serve it on a croquette that's basically like a crouton. That's like a cannelli de Bordeaux. Okay, you ever had one of those? They're one of these French pastries that's so dense and rich and sweet. So, and then they put a Bordelaise sauce on it. And I mean,
There's no way.
They just take the food in this area of the world. They make no excuses. They make no apologies. They go straight for the jugular, and by the jugular, I mean your arteriosclerosis.
I couldn't do it. There's no way. All that richness, I think it would.
Yeah. Well, she's just reminding me. The food house reminding me of the Double Down at Joe Beef, which was a foie gras sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich, and the bread is 2 giant pieces of foie gras, and then they deep fry the whole thing.
That's like KFC did that, where they did like a chicken sandwich where you had chicken
on the
breasts
outside.
on the outside.
Yeah,
but those are foie gras.
This has duck liver with ham and cheese in the middle.
Are you sure it was a duck liver and not a goose?
It was duck liver. It was duck liver.
Okay.
Yeah, all of it was duck liver. But there were 6 of us at the table, and we took this big, and they were kind of like almost like the shape of a hero roll, like about, I don't know, 5 inches long, and then they and we all looked at it and went, and it didn't look, it was big, but not that big, and we cut it into 6 pieces, which were plenty. I mean, I couldn't have eaten more than 1 bite of it. So it's a tribute to excess. And it's kind of, I think...
Sounds like the start, like if you want gout, start here.
Well, yeah, I mean, most of the restaurants kind of glory the Chez Boulet. I mean, we went to Chez Boulet in Quebec City, and it's like I don't mean this to sound sexist, but it's kind of hyper masculine dining. There's not a lot of femininity here. There's not a lot of nothing's dainty on any plates. Our buddy Greg got a stuffed chicken wing in Chez Boulet, and guess what it was stuffed with? Seal meat. And we all thought it was a typo, that it had to be veal meat. And the guy goes, no, it's seal. It's ground up
legal?
Seal meat that they stuff inside a chicken leg. And
wait, he ordered it thinking it was a typo?
No. He didn't know. We asked the questions before we ordered it, and because,
was it good?
Well, I'm going to.
It's probably funky, huh?
I'm going to show you
like
a picture.
Oily. Ugh.
Yeah. You see the dark purple.
Seal meat.
That's seal meat. Yeah, that's seal meat. It had a kind of almost like a musty, catfishy quality to it.
Did anyone like it?
Well, we ate it. I would, but the
more than one bite.
Well, the whole thing. Greg will eat anything.
He's a growing boy.
He's a true omnivore. We respect him for that. But the waiter talked about how they treat the seal meat in a certain way because it's too gamey and too rough for most people. As I forget what they did to it to make it palatable.
They clubbed it.
Well, first it was a tiny baby, yes, and they clubbed it, and then
this just took a turn.
So, hey, I mean, come on, whales eat seals, all kinds of polar bears eat seals all the time. So why shouldn't humans eat seals?
Because they're cute.
This was not some kind of 2-pound baby seal, some big smelly thing lying on the beach.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that place, and then
So if you ever go to Quebec City, I've got 2 great French restaurants, and then Montreal was great, but like I said a few shows ago, remember when I used to audition for a lot of TV shows back in when a lot of producers were trying to send out pilots with me in them, and the networks used to say, we liked it, but we didn't love it. And that's kind of the way I felt about Montreal.
Okay.
I liked it, but I didn't love it. I actually preferred Quebec City. A little
French.
little Frenchier.
You love French.
Well, Montreal's plenty French too, but Quebec City was a little smaller, a little more pristine, a little more manageable. Overrun with tourists, but I just thought it was beautiful and it has a lot of history in it. And I mean, Montreal was fun, but there was kind of a grimy quality that I didn't care for. And finding good restaurants was not as easy as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll leave it at that.
All right. That's it. That's it for you.
Well, now I'm here. You've got a few.
I got a few. So I'm going to go through pretty quickly because they're just kind of here in the Arts District. CraftHaus, which is a brewery, they're on California. They were one of the first places to go in on California. They're kind of directly opposite California from what used to be the original Esther's Kitchen, but now Ada's. We ended up there as a law firm because a golden owl showed up in our office, and it was basically Return the Owl, and it's a cute little thing they were doing to meet the neighbors. So one day we went over to Return the Owl, and then they greeted us with drinks and their bites. I didn't realize they had a full menu of food.
And where's this again?
Right there in California, across, like, next to Garage East, in between Garage East and Mezcla.
Right, yeah.
And so very cool owners. I believe her name is Wendy Forrest. She and her husband opened CraftHaus. She had a very cool story of all the issues they had opening it. And
out in Henderson.
They
were really the pioneers of bringing stuff out to Henderson.
Yeah, and how they basically wanted to open just a tasting room, and
the bureaucracy took over. Yeah.
They had to buy a $60,000 gaming license, and they were like, "We don't want gaming. We just want alcohol." But they used to be tied together. She and her husband, or I think it was primarily Wendy, but she spearheaded the movement to separate them so you could just have a tasting beer room.
Which opened the doors.
Floodgates to all of it. So bravo to them. Really just wanted to give a shout out. They've got pretzels and beer cheese from their own beers and just really fun stuff. And I want to kind of congratulate them and thank them for that work. And just, they put up with a lot of bullshit from COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And
they
that
opened
construction,
right
they came down here. So go check them out if you ever want to drink and maybe a pretzel and beer cheese. Ole Manny's went back there for lunch. It is definitely my go-to for a fish or seafood taco. It's all just crisp, pristine. Everything's really good. Sure, they might be a little expensive, but I don't care. I love it. And Manny, the guy who's behind it, he's got his polo tucked in, his hat, and he's just excited to work there. And you sense that from start to finish on your visit. So go check out Ole Manny's. They've got a cool new happy hour. They're closed on Mondays, though. Found that out the hard way.
That's probably smart, yeah.
Especially at this time. But they've got a great happy hour. I think like a fish taco and a beer for $15 or something. Great. 1228 Main, went there for lunch. Nothing to write home about and nothing to complain about. It's just there. But the real stars, I went out to Henderson to check out the Golden Boy Market and Deli. Scott Arnn and Rumpton Yashar, who used to be a part of James Trees' little network, Esther's Kitchen, and Barbo M. And then they both kind of just were burnt out. I think they had Michelin-starred history where they were working in restaurants overseas or in L.A., and they both kind of stepped away from fine dining and then linked up to create a sandwich shop. And on a Thursday at noon, this sandwich shop was packed in Henderson. I think it's off Eastern. It's up there.
Everything's off Eastern in Henderson.
Yeah, but I mean, it is really up there. I'm trying to think of what the cross street was, but went in, had just a turkey sandwich. It was like $15, $16. It's giant. You could easily pack up half of it and take it home. And then it also comes with a fresh little roughage light dressed salad. Have you been?
No. You have to helicopter me into Henderson to get me back there.
I know.
I went to Hayworth. I did my duty. Okay.
It's kind of actually right across the street from Smoked, SMKD.
Yeah.
I was waiting to turn in, and I was like, oh, there's that. So it's...
that would actually put it...
It's at Sunridge Heights Parkway in Eastern.
It's the old Meat and Three. It's the old Meat and Three. I think it's there, or right in that same shopping center. There was a couple of noble failures that took place in that shopping center.
Well, I was impressed. It's the middle of the desert, and it's 100 and however many degrees. Thursday at noon, place was packed. People grabbing them and going and just sitting and eating. So
if you're going to succeed in Henderson, appeal to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, but you know what? It was actually really good food. I kind of said, these will get me back. I don't know who's doing a great sandwich down in the Arts District.
Why do they call it Golden Market? Is it
Golden Boy Market and Deli? And they do. They have like tin fish things. You can buy olive oils and pastas. They have like just kind of some counters. They have some unique boutique hot sauces that are there. But yeah, and like just kind of tchotchke, markety stuff that you might want.
All right, well, good. I mean, I think if chefs are going to break out on their own, it's probably better to do it with a lower impact place like that than try to go, full service, which is a trap, especially in that neighborhood.
Well, I think that was part of it. They said it's, the distance between them and the customer is much smaller when they're behind a counter serving someone seated right over there. So they enjoyed that as opposed to being in the back of a kitchen where you're so far removed from everything and you're dealing with spreadsheets of ordering, etc. And that's all you do.
Yeah.
So I think that was really cool. I walked in, Scott was there, and he was like, finally. And I go, I know, but you guys are on the opposite end of town.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, when we were working over at Esther's, we all lived over here. And so they were doing the reverse. And I go, well, I'm here. It's been a year. But I mean, I think that's also a testament. It's a year out and over a year, and they're packed. So you'll have to go, John.
Eventually. This fucking sandwich. Oh, did I say that? Oh, sorry, Mom.
A sandwich is a great thing.
I know.
You drive out to the
I flew to Montreal for a smoked meat sandwich.
Yeah, you go to Windy Beefs.
Yeah, well, we shop at the Whole Foods out there. That's so it's.
I'm sure there's a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's out there you can go to. Then next, while I was out there, I did a 2-for-1 special. I went over to Rebellion Market
And
Deli.
You've never been there before, have you? No.
Well, it's been open for 3 days.
No, okay, but you had never been to Rebellion Pizza, or
I had been.
Oh yeah, that's right. You and Mr. Hollywood went out there.
Yeah, we went. We made the trek out to Rebellion Pizza. It took us forever to find it when we went
because it's just like
it's tucked, and I don't think they had signage. But we went there in a soft opening phase. Ricky Lewis, the co-owner of Rebellion, was there. Really cool and nice, and they're really. It's a soft opening, people. So go check it out. Support them. And we ordered the hot roast beef sandwich on their sesame seed roll.
They're doing sandwiches now.
Yeah. That's the market and deli side.
Again, smart move, chefs.
So
don't try making it more complicated on Hendersonites than a sandwich, because they won't understand it. They won't pay for it.
Yeah, I think you got to know your bandwidth of what works. So did the hot roast beef sandwich on the sesame seed roll. Very good. Okay. I was really impressed with that. Ricky was telling me they're still tweaking some of the products they're using, but the bread is the star right now, and it really was. And then also the Italian focaccia sando, which was cold, but it had really great cold cuts in it. And then also cinnamon rolls. You had to.
What's not to love?
I know. So they're in 3 weeks of soft opening, and then August 16th, I think, is their grand opening party, which is combined with the 5th year anniversary of Rebellion Pizza. So it is going to be quite the party. So go out there.
All right. Well,
in your chariot, you passenger princess, and enjoy some really great sandwiches.
I'll probably get my wife out there to try Lester's Deli, okay? Since she's such a fan of Montreal bagels.
Okay, well, Henderson people, you're getting great food, so congrats to you.
Okay,
do you have a pet peeve?
Of course.
Of course.
I just made a proclamation in my head. I'm now making it official, announcing it to all 15 of our listeners. I'm never going to travel in the summer again. Never say never. But
I'm not buying this.
Well, unless I go to someplace like Alaska, Norway, or Iceland or something like that, or maybe in the other direction, Patagonia, or Australia.
I literally think last summer you were like, I'm never staying in Vegas over summer.
No, I have to say, and you know the number one reason. The number one reason because summer travel. I mean, the trouble with summer travel is you're forced to see the traveling public in various forms of undress.
Yeah, you get families.
I mean, families to fat people. You know, I mean,
they travel in winter too, John.
Yes, but
they're clothed. They're clothed.
Okay. You are not forced. You can. Your eyeballs are not forced to observe all their back fat. Okay, you know all their gnarled knees. Their flabby butts. You know, their chubby children. You know, their neck goiters. You know, the size of a grapefruit. You know, I mean, Jesus. I mean, at least in the wintertime, the cold weather months, clothes cover up a lot of flaws. And traveling in the summertime, life is just too short to have to look at the way people are in shorts and t-shirts.
What's your go-to travel outfit?
Kind of real, like a Dockers type pant, some kind of athletic or very comfortable shoe and a golf polo shirt, like a shirt I'm wearing now. Like I have, basically like 20 of these in various colors, and a light sweater, something like that, and a blazer. Because you know what? I know I don't have the world's perfect body, and the last thing I'm going to do is show up in a skin-tight T-shirt with my navel extended under the bottom of it, and a pair of flip-flops exposing my gnarled, hairy toes, okay? And sitting next to this is the kind of crap you put up with when you travel in the summertime. So only fall and winter with me, man, when people are forced to wear real shoes and sweaters. I have had it with looking at humanity's ugly bodies, including my own.
Yeah.
What do you think, Miss Size -4?
I agree. I tend to dress in a sneaker, a nice fitting jean that's like either stretchy or looser, a sweater or a t-shirt with a sweater, because I'm always cold. You will find that I will get cold, and the amount of times I've been on an airplane and thought this is how I die because I freeze is actually embarrassing. So I will always be bundled up. I
was freezing yesterday. I mean, and I bought a really nice long sleeve T-shirt in Canada just as a souvenir, but it was a really nice one. And I thought, well, I'll just get on the plane with this. Flying here from Detroit, I was free. I wish I'd kept my blazer on because, man, I was chilling. It was not in a good way.
I used to be kind of a casual dresser on planes, and then I started traveling for work after I graduated college. And I was never like what you were describing, where I was like skin exposed. I was just probably in like sweatsuits or something from sports days.
Baggy sweatsuits. I was praying for people in baggy sweatsuits.
But it all changed for me when I was traveling for work, so I was already kind of suited and nice, and I go, you just get treated so much better.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Like, the amount of times I would be waiting in TSA lines and I wasn't pre-check, and they were like, oh, just come over here. Just come over here. You look nice. Just basically is what they're saying without saying. So I like dressing up in airports.
Well, you would be the 1% of the 1% of the population that does.
Know. My pet peeve: get better water. It's a constant gripe. It's my usual reminder that if you're gonna give me free table house water, make sure it doesn't taste like money. Just like there are just some places where just do a little bit more with your water. I'm not asking for you to give me bottled water. I'm not asking for like your own.
About just filtered water.
You just give me some better filtered water.
With decent ice.
Yeah, and like clean the filter occasionally. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
So mine's pretty simple.
Yeah, well, we went to, we stayed at the Bonaparte Hotel in Montreal, and one of the nights I wasn't feeling on my game, we just went to the hotel, little French place inside the restaurant inside the hotel. Very nice classical French restaurant. And I like this. Came across this several places where they would, and I think they did this in a lot of Canada. They brought like a big carafe. I mean, a tall carafe of sparkling water, and just they poured it out and just left it on the table. And it was filtered. It was bubbly, and it was there for you to pour as you wanted to. And they refilled it once you went through it.
Monzu.
Yeah.
Monzu has great water, and it is bottomless, flat, or sparkling water.
Yeah.
And it's not just bottomless because of me.
Yeah.
It is actually, it is one of my...
Because Italians, that's the way they think.
It.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah, Americans are like...
stingy.
So no summer travel for me. People, wear some frickin' clothes.
All right.
And stay out of my eye. You can avert your eyes, though. But when you're in a big, crowded airport, on an airplane, or in a crowded tourist area, averting your eyes gets difficult when a tidal wave of flab is coming at you.
Yeah, no, it's brutal.
Yeah.
But you will travel in the summer, so this will be short-lived.
Okay.
Emails, listeners, thank you for your emails and your comments. They were actually really funny.
Especially Tony Fredo.
Yes.
Who liked my magnum opus.
Yes.
Tip of the Stetson there, Tony.
Yeah, he loved John's review of Life's a Bagel. It nearly had him drive off the side of the road in his car. And if you did, we would sue John. So thankfully, none of that happened. It would have been a giant conflict, but it would have made for great content.
I'm asset proof. I got no,
I want that house. I'm going for that house.
That's my wife's name.
Yeah. David K., thank you again for your long reviews of Lotus of Siam. Sahara location is probably going to be where the true locals end up.
Yeah.
Stay away from the flamingo riffraff.
Yeah.
Or the fakeness of Red Rock.
Yeah, forget Red Rock, but yeah.
And then someone loved that we went to Bob Taylor's. It is what it is. It's a Las Vegas institution.
I like that comment, yeah.
Yep. Steve Crawford, 6958. My learned friend, what's your beef with carrot cake? I have no beef. It's just not my thing. I've got like the tiniest sweet tooth. So it's just wasted on me. But the one at Bob Taylor's, I ate all of it. I was grabbing it out of people's hands. So I have no legitimate beef.
Is there any cake you like? I'm not a cake lover generally.
I don't like overly sweet things. So that carrot cake was cream cheese frosted and just kind of like more spice cake. Anything like that I can handle. But like true icing, like that really rich.
You ever been to a Mormon wedding?
So when I was a kid,
you don't like overly sweet,
no.
geez, you're out of like a diabetic's nightmare.
I got cheesecakes for my birthdays when I was a kid.
Cheesecake's nice.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
So you were high maintenance even then.
Yeah. I'm like the highest low maintenance person. I'm like really like niche high maintenance.
Or niche high maintenance. Whatever.
Niche. We'll figure it out. One day we'll figure it out, guys.
All
Another
right.
great episode.
Adios. Good night, Canada. Bon appetit, mes amis.